It almost feels wrong to say this, but the Year 11 Season 2 update for Rainbow Six Siege is right around the corner. And as such, the test server is officially updated so creators like me can give it a try and tell you how absolutely awful and disgusting everything new is. Except for once, I feel like the only things I can complain about are nitpicks. In this preview of Year 11 Season 2, I'll be covering the Dokkaebi Rework, the new weapon, our first new map in a long while, and the new Ranked 3.0 update, along with anything else of interest I noticed while trying everything out. Before I continue, I want to reiterate 3 things. 1. I do not get early access to content. Unlike your more popular Siege tubers in the eyes of Ubisoft, I'm nothing more than a scrub. 2. I might miss things. I don't have a list of absolutely every tiny change being made this season. And once again, I'm not a popular Siege tuber, so it's not like I have any kind of Ubisoft inside access with all the details. And 3, I'm a one-man crew. I do all the testing, script writing, video editing, thumbnail work, and everything else by myself. So if this upload is late because I took a few days longer than popular creators, that's because I'm 100% responsible for the creation process of my videos, and I have a life outside of YouTube and Rainbow Six Siege. So if I miss things, get a couple things wrong, or generally say something you find annoying, give me a break. Now the Dokkaebi Rework. I've described this rework to friends, and they have mostly given me the same response. What the f? That's dumb as hell, dude. But after trying out this update, against bots, I think there's a lot of potential here for clutch plays and gigabrain moves that Dokkaebi simply wasn't capable of before. To put the rework in simple terms, Dokkaebi has traded in the ability to call everybody, revealing their positions, for a targeted attack that singles out defenders and, if they don't pick up, revokes their access to cameras and causes their phone to literally explode. This may still sound dumb to those who haven't tried it, but if you want to put pressure on enemies, distract them, or take care of a roamer, this can be incredibly effective. Not only can you no longer wait out the call without consequence, but it lets you know that you are the one being targeted. I found it effective, especially in situations where you're trying to identify where a specific target is, or in post-plant situations when you need to add extra pressure. This ability does not remove the Logic Bomb's ability to make the phone audibly vibrate, so you can still hear roughly where the targeted enemy is, but it lasts a much shorter duration and puts the enemy in a position where they have to choose either keeping their camera access, but being vulnerable to a push, or losing cams and some health, but staying alert for more immediate threats. Along with the new Jago payloads, I hope I pronounced that right, Dokkaebi retains her ability to hack defender cameras, but a little bit differently. She's now able to hack phones dropped by enemies at a long distance, but the hack only lasts a set amount of time, and if you've already exploded an enemy's phone, they don't drop one. I think this is a great balancing change as it still allows for crucial intel for the attackers, but makes it even more valuable by limiting it and rewarding teams for getting kills in this current TDM meta. Dokkaebi is also receiving a brand new primary option, the XK23 rifle. This is not replacing either of her current primaries, but adding an extra layer to her kit so she isn't stuck on the sidelines performing long distance engagements anymore. This also won't be exclusive to Dokkaebi, being given to Roara and Sens to complement their marksman rifles and high capacity primaries. I found recoil to be extremely manageable, and time to kill on par with other weapons, with a decent capacity so you won't have to worry about needing to reload all the time. I think this is a great addition to the game, but I must admit I'd rather see an already existing exclusive primary to be shared instead. There is still, if I'm adding it up right, 22 existing primaries that are exclusive to their operators. Gridlock literally has the F90, which is exclusive to her, is also a bullpup with access to the exact same attachments, but gets overlooked because she exclusively also has the M249 saw. I'll give Ubisoft huge props for filling loadout gaps, because that's extremely important for keeping operators relevant. But it would be a lot easier if older weapons were utilized instead of adding new ones that are stuck behind a paywall for a few weeks. I'm begging you, Ubisoft, please just share the C7E with anybody outside of Jackal and give it a minor buff. That's all you have to do to make me happy. As teased in last season's trailer, we're also getting the new Calypso casino map. which in my opinion nails old Siege's feel and manages to strike a fine balance between old and new lighting. I like this new layout and the extra details, and to quote myself loading up the map for the first time, this place is sick as My favorite small detail is the menu of all the drinks having names of previous operations, although I'm still trying to figure out which season was Operation Earl Grey. I think the flow between rooms is really nice, and each room having clearly defined purposes helps a lot with immersion. I got a lot of year one vibes from this map, and if you want to know what I mean, I'll just play this clip of my live reaction to this one particular room. Oh my god, gigantic useless bathroom! It's year one again! While I don't showcase it here, there's plenty of destructible walls and floors so you aren't confined, and there's lots of possibility for trick plays. My only issue with this map is really a nitpick, that the casino part is very small compared to everything else. This map is huge and there's lots of space to work with, but we get multiple rooms dedicated to their own form of gambling, and then a few rows of slots in one big room. I was expecting to see a casino like what's really in Las Vegas, with rows of machines all along the floor that close up the space. But if Ubisoft was going for a more private VIP style of casino, why are there even slots to begin with instead of more dedicated rooms for poker, roulette, blackjack, and more? Sorry for finding something to drag this map down, but I'm slowly becoming a more dedicated Siege tuber, so I have to find something to complain about everything. Along with Calypso Casino, we're getting 3 more modernized maps, with this season's additions being Emerald Plains, Outback, and Canal. Honestly, I didn't notice or feel any changes to these maps. Emerald Plains is still a cheap imitation of Barlet U, Outback is still a combination of restaurant, motel, auto shop, and Canal is still #JustCanalThings. And Canal has to be one of my favorite renovations of these 3. The only thing missing is the giant ship leaning over the port like it used to have. Good times. Hopefully this is the standard for all of the new modernized maps, where the feel and aesthetics are kept almost entirely intact, but with a little freshening up. I'm also happy to report Ubisoft finally listened to us. We're getting Ranked 1.0 back, or I guess it's 3.0 now, and it's not exactly a carbon copy of the original. We are getting placement matches back, although it's reduced from 10 to 5, which is a welcome change, and you can only match with people of similar skill level or those still in placements, which should help reduce the teammates that perform well below their visible rank. But there's one big change I don't like. They've now added divisions to the champion rank, giving it 5 levels. I personally think this is one of the dumbest things they could have possibly done to the structure of ranks. Champion was supposed to quite literally be the best of the best, and now we're taking the best and saying, well actually these few are slightly better than the rest, so they get a different split. I think Ubisoft is doing this because they don't understand why we've had so many champs recently. It's because it's been too easy of a rank to reach. Either that, or they want to make it even easier to reach champ. The way I viewed the ranks, and I think most people should interpret them this way, is as follows. Copper and Bronze are for the new and inexperienced rank players. Silver is for below average, Gold is for average, Platinum is for above average, Emerald are for masters of their craft, Diamond is for semi-pro, and Champions are the best of the best. If you interpret the ranks this way, there's no reason to have a rank literally named Champion to have its own separate tiers within it. To get there, you have to prove that you deserve it. I'm fine with Copper through Gold having 5 splits between them, as the skill differential for those levels is that big. But from Platinum on up, there should be no more than 3 steps between them. And Champion should be its own tier at the very top. Ubisoft, try not to mess up the easiest dub of your life challenge. Alright, does that just about cover the season? Let's see here. Oh, mouse and keyboard support is finally arriving on consoles at mid-season. That means all you no-life Zim players out there finally have no excuse to cheat against controller players. I am not joking, I've seen just how prevalent Zim is on console, and it's genuinely sad, but now there is quite literally no excuses. You have official support to join us PC players now. You can't complain about not being able to afford a PC anymore. All Ubisoft has to do now is start permanently banning players that continue to use Zim. Maybe even hardware ban if they're able to. There are also going to be some changes to operators this season, including a huge buff to gridlock, and the AK-74M is finally getting access to grips, but I'm already over 4 pages on my script, which tells me this video is going a lot longer than I expected, so it's about time I wrap this up. Overall, I'm very excited for Year 11 Season 2, with big changes and improvements that bring Dokkaebi into the modern day instead of just a simple push button to find enemies ability. A new map that reminds me of Year 1 that I'm genuinely excited to learn, and a huge improvement to the ranked system. I'm almost starting to wonder what bugs we'll have pop up that'll inevitably make the day 1 experience terrible to make up for all of this. But that's it for this time. Finally ending a Siege talking head video on a positive note. If you've liked this video and want to see me play and talk about Siege more, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the year, and it would mean a lot to me if you join the club. Don't forget to share this video with your friends so they're kept up to date on the new season, and leave your thoughts on the update down below. Until next time, hopefully having way too much fun gambling at the casino, I'll see ya!